Hey everybody, welcome to my top 10 favorite Martin Scorsese movies. I did Tim Burton, I did Steven Spielberg, now it's Scorsese's turn. This is my top 10 favorite Martin Scorsese movies. I love Martin Scorsese. Everyone loves Martin Scorsese. He's an amazing director. He has great movies, he has great dramas, he's even got a good kids movie, and I love his movies. My top 10 list might be a little cliched, but let's face it, these are the best Martin Scorsese movies. So here we go, my top 10 favorite Martin Scorsese movies. And before our top 10, of course, here's my 5 honorable mentions. Those honorable mentions are The King of Comedy, The Age of Innocence, After Hours, Cape Fear, and Mean Streets. Great movies. You kind of figured those were the honorable mentions, but I like all those movies. They're great movies, but not as good as these top 10 movies. Start with my number 10, though, is Gangs of New York. Yes, I love Gangs of New York. It's a great movie. Yeah, I find Gangs of New York probably the least talked about movie out of all of Martin Scorsese's filmography. Well, actually, a few of those honorable mentions, I said that some people don't even know Martin Scorsese even did those movies, but yeah, Gangs of New York is not a very talked about movie, and it should be because it's a good movie. DiCaprio's in it, he's awesome. Daniel Day-Lewis steals this movie as the Butcher. Cameron Diaz is even good, and I don't even like Cameron Diaz. Liam Neeson's a small little cameo, and he's great. The acting is great, and the action's good. And it's a little bloody and disturbing, but I love every minute of Gangs of New York. I even have the Blu-ray of Gangs of New York. It's a good movie. I got the Blu-ray. And I love this movie. I love it on Blu-ray, but this is a good Martin Scorsese movie. It's not Martin Scorsese's best. That's why it's only number 10. But it's a very good movie, and if you haven't seen it, check it out. Gangs of New York is an awesome film. Coming at number 9 is another not really talked about Martin Scorsese movie, and that is The Color of Money. This is pretty much the sequel to The Hustler, which is a 1960s pool movie. I actually like this movie better than The Hustler. Paul Newman was in both films, and he won his Oscar for The Color of Money, and it's very well deserved. This basically is his life after The Hustler, and I adore this movie. This movie is so good. Paul Newman kills it in this movie. Tom Cruise is even good, a very young Tom Cruise. He's great in it. And Mary Elizabeth Manistrono, she's great in it. And I love how he teaches Tom Cruise how to play pool and how to hustle people. And then in the end, he actually wants to be a hustler again. And he tries to hustle Tom Cruise, but Tom Cruise ends up hustling him. And oh my god, this movie's just awesome. It's really good. It's got some pretty comedic moments, but it's just a straight up drama about hustling pool. And it's an awesome movie. Very, very good movie. Got the Blu-ray of that too. Yeah, I have a lot of Martin Scorsese movies. There's 2 I'm missing. There's 2. You'll see in my top 10 with 2 I'm missing. But yeah, I got Color of Money on Blu-ray. Definitely pick up the Blu-ray if you're interested in buying all the Martin Scorsese movies. This is a good one. One of my favorites. Number 8 is a pretty recent Martin Scorsese movie, The Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, sorry. I love doing that. Ever since I've seen that movie, I've been doing the chest banging that McConaughey does, and that one scene McConaughey's in is awesome. It's like one of the best scenes in the movie. But yeah, I love Wolf of Wall Street. Had a lot of controversy because this has like the most F words in any movie and has got like some of the most drugs in a movie. And it's a riot. And yeah, it's not a movie I can recommend for everyone. A lot of people will probably get offended by it, but I loved this movie. This movie was freaking hilarious. This is probably the most funniest movie Scorsese has ever done, and DiCaprio just shines in this movie as Jordan Belfort. He's awesome. He's a little crazy, but he's awesome. Jonah Hill, very different role from Jonah Hill, and I'm glad he got an Oscar now with Leo. Yeah, it was such a different role. Sometimes you don't even notice that's Jonah Hill, and he's so good in the movie. Margot Robbie, she looks great in it, and a lot of good little side characters like Spike Jonze and Rob Reiner and Jon Favreau. Those 3 directors, they're all in it. And yeah, I love this movie. It's a 3-hour blast of a film. Some people might not like it, but I love it. Coming at number 7 is another Scorsese Leonardo DiCaprio movie. That is The Aviator. The Aviator is the movie Leonardo probably should have won his Oscar for. I love him in this movie as Howard Hughes. He is so freaking good. Howard Hughes was kind of a nut of a person, and Leonardo DiCaprio just plays him so freaking good. I'm Howard Hughes. I'm Howard Hughes. Way in the future. Way in the future. Yeah, he's great. And Cate Blanchett got her Oscar for playing... Cate Blanchett, she got her Oscar for playing Katharine Hepburn, who was actually married to Howard Hughes, and she was fantastic. Well deserved of that Oscar. It's probably one of her best performances, but DiCaprio really deserved an Oscar for this movie, and it's so good. This movie is so good. I have this movie too. It's only the DVD. Yeah, it's got 2 discs in it. It's rumbling in there, but yeah. Yeah, I don't have the Blu-ray yet. I'm gonna buy it on Blu-ray, but I have the DVD. It's a good movie. It's a long movie. Some people say it's a little slow, and I guess the pacing's a little slow, but I love this movie. I think it's a very well told story. It's a little hard to watch at times because there's some disturbing stuff in it, and Howard Hughes goes through a lot of shit, and he's a weird person. He's not a very likable person, but Leonardo DiCaprio plays him so well. And, oh yeah, Jude Law is in it also as Errol Flynn, and yeah, he's only in like one scene. It's pretty much like a cameo. It's a good scene though. Jude Law was good in it, and I love this movie. It's one of the best movies that came out that year. It's a good Martin Scorsese movie. Long, but good. Very good. Coming at number 6 is Casino. Everyone loves Casino. I love Casino. Again, yeah, I got the movie right here, and yeah, no Blu-ray. I know. I have a few DVDs. I still collect DVDs. Yeah, they're not extinct yet, but I still collect them. Not VHS. Not VHS or videotape, but I have a lot of DVDs, and Casino is a good one. I've watched this movie a bunch of times, and I love it. There's not much to say, but it's a good movie. It's a classic Scorsese movie. De Niro, Sharon Stone, Joe Pesci, all great in this movie. It's a blast to watch. It's thrilling, and it's got a great climax. Kind of tricks you in the beginning, but it's just a trick. Watch all the way through. Good movie, though. Casino, Casino, Casino. Amazing! Coming at number 5 is Taxi Driver. You looking at me? You looking at me? You looking at me? See, looking at me? You looking at me? Oh yeah, classic Robert De Niro with a freaking mohawk and a very young Jodie Foster. I love this movie. This movie is so dark, gritty, disturbing, and it's just amazing from start to finish. This is fan-freaking-tastic. De Niro shines in this movie. Scorsese directs this movie phenomenally well. It's atmospheric, it's beautifully written, beautifully shot, and very well told. Love this movie. Harvey Keitel, you want to see Harvey Keitel with long hair and act like a pimp? Oh, it's very funny. And yeah, I got the Blu-ray of it. I got the steelbook right there. Look at that steelbook. It's a nice steelbook. You got De Niro there. Awesome. I'm trying to collect a lot of steelbooks, and Taxi Driver is one of my favorite steelbooks. And yeah, I love this movie. De Niro with a mohawk kicking fucking ass. It's awesome. Doesn't get any better than that. Coming at number 4 is Hugo. I don't have this movie yet. I am going to buy it. This is actually on my top 5 list of to buy, Blu-rays to buy, and it's so good, this movie. I adore this movie. This is actually a kids movie. Yeah, the king of mob movies, directed a kids movie, and this is actually one of his best movies. I adore this movie so much. It's so freaking good. I blame Netflix because that's why I don't have it, because of Netflix. I've watched it like 7 times on Netflix because I can't get enough of it. I will buy the Blu-ray though. I will buy it. I will. I promise. We'll do it. But yeah, I love Hugo. It's so freaking good. The cinematography is just beautiful. The effects are great. The costumes are good. The performances, they're a little silly, but they're all very well done. They're all very charming. Like Sacha Baron Cohen's in it, Issa Butterfield, Chloe Grace Moretz, Ben Kingsley. They're all fantastic in this movie. I love the story. And again, just like Ed Wood, if you're interested in filmmaking, this is a good movie to watch. This teaches you a lot about film and about passion for filmmaking, creativity. And I adore this movie. I love the story. I love the characters. And I just have a blast every single time I watch Hugo. I'm definitely buying the Blu-ray very, very soon. Coming in number 3 is the movie that finally got Martin Scorsese his Oscar, The Departed. The Departed, y'all. I love this movie. This movie's fan-freaking-tastic. Probably the best cast ensemble in any Scorsese movie. This has got Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Wahlberg, Jack Nicholson, Matt Damon, Anthony Anderson, Vera Farmiga, Martin Sheen, Alec Baldwin, Ray Winstone. Holy shit, that is an amazing cast, and all of them give amazing performances. They're all very well-written characters, all three-dimensional characters. They're all likable and unlikable, but even the unlikable ones are just so interesting and so freaking fun to watch, and this movie is fantastic. This is actually a remake of an old Japanese film, and the old Japanese film, I actually watched it a few years ago. It's a good movie, but The Departed is the best. It's way better than the original, and this is actually one of Martin Scorsese's masterpieces, and I got the DVD, and I don't have the Blu-ray yet. I know, I need the Blu-ray, but I got the DVD. I probably wore this DVD out a lot because I've seen it like a bunch of times. When I first saw this movie, I was blown away. Blown away. This was actually my favorite Scorsese movie because when I saw this movie for the first time when it came out in '06, I actually did not see what my number one. I didn't see that movie yet. You'll know what my number one is, but I didn't see that movie yet. So this was actually my favorite Scorsese movie, but then I watched all of his movies, then it kind of changed, but I still adore this movie. I love DiCaprio in this movie. This is actually another one of his best performances, and Mark Wahlberg kills it. And probably one of my favorite characters in movies. He's just such a smart ass, and I love him. I adore this movie. The Departed is a great movie. I gotta stop with my terrible Boston accent, but I love this movie. Departed, y'all. Coming number 2 is Raging Bull. Boom. Yes, this is the story about Jake LaMotta, played by Robert De Niro. He's a famous boxer who had some serious fucking anger problems. But yeah, he is awesome. His story is awesome. And De Niro plays the role fucking amazing. This is the best performance De Niro ever gives in any movie. And that's saying something. Like, he was in Godfather Part 2, Casino, Goodfellas, and so on and so forth. And he's amazing in all those movies. But this is his best performance. This one of his, I think, second Oscar. I think it was his second. Even Taxi Driver. I love him in Taxi Driver, but his performance as Jake LaMotta is just so freaking good. I'm mesmerized every time I watch De Niro in this movie. Joe Pesci, he's great in it too, but De Niro is just fantastic. He's such a despicable character, but you just can't take your eyes away from him because his performance, De Niro's performance is just so good, and his story is just so interesting, and the character is fucked up, but he's interesting to watch. And oh my god, this movie is just so good. The cinematography and the editing were just beautifully done. The direction was flawless. The execution was brilliant. The structure was amazing. And everything about this movie was just incredible. I actually did see this movie way before it Departed, and I always liked it. But when I finally bought the DVD, very cheap DVD. I'll buy the Blu-ray, but I bought the DVD and I watched it. I watched it 2 times in a row when I first bought it. Then I'm like, wow. Then I realized, like, this is probably one of the best Martin Scorsese movies. I watch it again and again now every few months, but yeah. When I watched it, when I bought the DVD, I realized this is one of his best movies. This is actually better than The Departed. I love Raging Bull. It's a fantastic movie with brilliant direction and a phenomenal, perfect performance by Robert De Niro. Give this movie a watch, especially if you're a De Niro fan. Fantastic. And my number 1 favorite Martin Scorsese movie. Everyone knows it. It's probably everyone's favorite. Goodfellas. Fucking Goodfellas. I saw this movie for the first time in 2007. Like I said, Departed was my favorite Scorsese movie. When I watched this movie, I'm like, yeah, I take it back. This is the best Martin Scorsese movie. This is not only one of the best Martin Scorsese the best Martin Scorsese movie, but this is actually one of my favorite movies of all time. I love this movie. I love the performances. I love the story. I love the writing. I love the way this movie's executed. Everything about this movie is just brilliant. And the tracking shot when Ray Liotta's character is going in the restaurant and it's following him and his girlfriend around the restaurant, an amazing tracking shot, and she's meeting all the mobsters and everything. One of the best tracking shots in movies, and I love this movie. It's so freaking good. Robert De Niro's great. Ray Liotta's great. Joe Pesci steals this movie. And yeah, he won the Oscar for supporting actor. He probably gave one of the best Oscar speeches ever. And of course, I got the Blu-ray. Of course, I have the Blu-ray of Goodfellas. It's fucking Goodfellas. Got the Blu-ray. Yeah, right there. Bam, yeah, got the Blu-ray. Blu-ray! And yeah, it's a great movie. I love Goodfellas. It's the best Martin Scorsese movie. Some people will say, no, it's not. Yes, it is. It's amazing. Give it a watch if you have not seen it. It's amazing. Incredible. So yeah, that was my top 10 favorite Martin Scorsese movies. I know it's a little cliched, because I'll bet you a lot of people's lists are pretty much the same, but those are his best movies. You gotta live with it. And yeah, those are my favorites, so please comment below. Give me your top 10 favorite Martin Scorsese movies. See if you have some different lists. But yeah, I'm curious to know. Comment below, let me know. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.